Hello, streamers and video creators. Oh, where am I looking? I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. My green light is on because I have the FaceTime camera on it, and I just like naturally went there because I'm looking at my laptop. Camera 1. This is supposed to be camera 1, not camera 2. Hi, video creators and streamers and entrepreneurs. OMG. No, I am not in a hotel. I am at my family's on the East Coast, and I will be out on the East Coast in various cities, doing various things for the entire month of October. So you can expect to see different environments at different times. And so we will just have fun for October. And speaking of fun, it is October, and you know what that means. That means ghosts. And that means bats. Happy Halloween coming up. You guys, Halloween graphics are in the store if you want access to that to have some fun with your own streams this holiday. Okay, so spooky graphics. Who has spooky graphics? Who uses them? We're gonna take any questions today. Let me make sure my super chat is active. It is not. Now it is. We're gonna take any questions that you want. I'm gonna go over a little news from YouTube, a little update to their shopping situation. It's not a big deal for most of you, but I'll just keep you updated on anything that does come down the pipeline. This came out this week. But then if you have tech questions, if you want to know anything about this is obviously not perfect lighting. It is looking a little yellow, unfortunately, but we will actually be improving that over the course of October. Like I said, I'm going to be in various places, various cities, and we're just going to go with it. And I hope that you're seeing me, you know, like I did a short about all of the camera gear that I carried out here for this travel season. I did a short so you can see what's in my camera bag. If you didn't see that, go watch that on this channel after we're done here. But my hope is that you'll be inspired to just get the job done, regardless of it being perfect or not. I mean, yes, it is a little yellow. No, I do not have proper lights at this location. I will have proper lights and better lights going forward. But you know, it's getting the job done. We're still having our Q&A. You're still getting educated. You're still having fun. We're still hanging out with our community. And at the end of the day, that is really all that matters, even though I do want you to, you know, have as professional quality as possible, but also let's have some fun, right? Thank you for the welcome to the East Coast. I appreciate that. Content is king. Yes, exactly. I am a spooky running graphic with blue fingernails. Nice. Yeah, there you go. See, Victor didn't even think about lighting until I mentioned it. So there you go. I wish this coffee cup had coffee in it. I was about to go get some, but I was too busy messing with the ISO and the lighting and trying to get it better because I'm relying mostly on natural light. I've got a big wall of windows in front of me. Which is the wall of windows. If you pay attention to my Twitter, that actually the deer were passing by yesterday. There were 3 little baby Bambis. They were freaking adorable. And they were just grazing, and a hawk nearly scared them or got them. Not that the hawk would have been able to pick it up, but whatever. It was threatening. They got scared by a little squirrel. They were eating. It was just super, super cute. Anyway, so the lighting keeps changing. So if you notice that I need to change the ISO or anything like that throughout this, just let me know. Saw your gear bag video. Hauling that through TSA must be quite a treat. To be honest, so in the past, anytime I've done that, I get stopped by TSA. It goes through the whole like check process. They open it up. They destroy my perfect organization, right? Of course. And then I have to fiddle around with it to get it back into order. This time, they didn't do anything. They let it right through. And I was like, what is happening right now? What is happening right now? If you're getting a fuzzy feed, you should be able, that's probably on your end, Dan. Just check I know you know the drill, but like check the gear settings, see if the auto resolution went awry. Okay, so yeah, my hope is that you can just take a little bit of inspiration through the whole process of me being a bunch of different places and just setting up anyway. It is, I'll take a picture of it before I tear down here, but like I've got Abby down below by my feet and she's got wires and cables like around her, not on her, but like around her, right? The different things plugging into different things. And so it's a little bit of a messy setup, but yeah. So there you go. What questions do you have? Put a Q in front of the question. Before I get to questions, I'm going to tell you the YouTube news, but put a Q in front of your question. If you have a question about tech, if you have a question about my setup, my travel gear, I've got the bag right here so I can pull out anything you want to talk about. If you have a question about growing your audience, if you have a question about the Halloween graphics that are on the store now, and that you can have fun with, if you have questions about building community, whatever it is, put that Q in front of it. Super chats do take priority. So if you want to jump to the top of the queue, then you can. Hello. Nice to see you here. Well, that's because Callie, you just look suspicious. I mean, that's just what it is. Like, I mean, everybody thinks you look suspicious. Duh. Yeah, I didn't know any could either. Well, actually, no, I have seen that before. I have pre-check and still get flagged down by TSA, and maybe I don't mind. Nice. That's funny. Wait, okay, hold on. Yes. Callie is super, super sus. All right, bring those questions. Before I get to taking questions, I just want to run down the quick YouTube news of the week and make sure that you guys kind of know how many of you are using the product shelf. Like, are you tagging products when, let's say, I'm talking about, the Sony ZV-E10 that I'm using right now. Let's say I'm talking about that. I can tag that product. Are you using the merch, the product shelf? Or is anyone, yes or no? Leave a comment. Now, that's kind of where the news of the week is. Basically, it's really only happening on mobile. So this is the only Like mobile is the only affected change here, but they're changing basically right now. If you're on mobile, you have like the product shelf. And then you have the description separate. The product shelf is flipping into, as I understand it, flipping into the description. And so on mobile devices, ads will display in place of the product shelf. And so that product shelf currently on mobile will become an ad, and then the product shelf will actually be in the description. So they'll need to click more, see more. Callie, why are you big? You were big on my other computer. You're not supposed to be big on this computer. What is happening to this widget? Thank you so much for the super sticker, UTech coach, Kathleen. Thank you very much for that. Oh, you're offering me some coffee. Thank you very much. I was about to make some and I did not have time. So the that's kind of the news. If you do use this, then they are expecting creators that are already using the merch shelf to be able to make more from the ad slots. So this is really an effort to make more ad revenue because they understand like how many people are clicking in different areas. And if you do not use the merch shelf, you're really not going to see any change because there's already ads in that slot. So it's, like I said, not a huge deal, not a huge update, just something I wanted to kind of mention to you guys so that you knew that that was happening. And also coming into the holidays, they are adding timestamps so that you can actually put timestamps of when people can actually buy. So that could be super helpful. You know how we have the chapters, right, to click through different parts of the content. Now, the same kind of idea is coming to the ability to say like, hey, I talked about this product here, and this is available in this moment. So think Amazon Live from that perspective, not really, but kind of, you know what I mean? Okay, so those are the updates. I see lots of questions have come through. So if you have questions, go ahead and get into the queue because I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. Remember, oh, I actually had a question. This is the question of the day. I was like, there was something I was supposed to do. Now I know. What's your biggest struggle with creating content? I want you to type that in right now. What is your biggest struggle with creating content? Leave that in the comments, and let's see if we can get you over that hump today. How about that? Okay. So first question that came through, and remember, super chats do take priority if you want to jump to the top and you don't have time to wait and you're like, Luria, just answer me already. French press. Any reason I should not use a new iPhone 15 Pro as my YouTube camera? I figure for that kind of money, it should do some extra duties beyond just being a phone. Well, it is more than a phone. It is a computer and it has all kinds of capabilities. And if you do not have the budget to invest in a separate camera, by all means, use it. Now, the reason you wouldn't want to answer your question is that you're going to have to set it up and take it down, right? If you're using the phone that you use on a daily basis as your camera, that requires you to set up, take down each and every time you want to record or go live. And that tends to cause people to make an excuse. It just puts a barrier in your way in terms of taking action. If you can get past that and you can allow it not to stop you, not to procrastinate, then go for it. If it's going to cause you to procrastinate, then work your way towards, if budget doesn't allow right now, work your way towards a camera. And, do everything in your power to not let that barrier create friction to actually taking action and creating content. So that is really the only reason why you would not want to. I mean, it's a great, well, also, I mean, you've got things like control over the quality and the blurred background and things like that, right? And so I think that there are a lot of reasons in terms of why not to, but also get the job done, right? Like, it is a great camera. It's a great phone. And so I say go for it until you're ready for that next level control. Or if it's stopping you, of course. Okay. Ready? Really quick before I keep moving on the predetermined questions, I asked you this question of the day. What is your biggest struggle creating content? And so I want to read out some of those. And if we want to talk through some of that, we absolutely can. We're going to fix that. Okay, hold on. Consistency used to be my biggest struggle. Much better lately. Awesome. Consistency is a huge struggle for so many people. I totally hear that. Also, Mike, I want to know what you did to fix the consistency. Can you tell us that? Because that would actually be super helpful for this community, right? I love, love, love when you team up and support the rest of the community and you share tips and tricks and all the lessons learned. It's not just about me. This is about all of us. And so, Mike, I would love to hear what you did to fix the consistency issue. Also spelling. I hear you. Let's see. Renee's editing all my own videos, ducks and runs. Yeah. Well, I've been harping on Renee for like years in order to get the editing off of his plate. And I would say that to most of you, right? Like sometimes when you start editing, when you start content creation, you want to edit it yourself so you understand the process so that you can communicate to an editor better, because that's a word. But you want to kind of like get that off your plate. Most people should. So if it's making you stop or your biggest struggle, then now would be a good time. Victor, making time. This is the question of the day, or the answer to the question of the day. After work and watching anime, don't have much time left. All right, let's talk about that, Victor. So this is a conversation I have with our accelerator program students all the time. Like literally, I think I'm saying it almost every single week because it is such a normal struggle. So in our coaching calls, we have a lot of conversation around this concept of like, there's not enough time. I've got a day job, I've got a family, I've got dogs, I've got life to take care of. And that is totally understandable. And what I always ask you to come back to, if you're struggling with time to create content, leave a comment, say yes, say time. Actually, just say time in the comments. I want to see how many of you are struggling with that because it's a very consistent issue. So when you are struggling with time, it is a matter of prioritization. So the question really isn't about what else you have going on. The question is, what is your priority? Why are you thinking about creating content in the first place? If it's for a hobby and watching anime videos or whatever else you're doing is more important than creating content, then that's your prerogative and you don't have to make any other choice. However, if you are wanting to grow your brand, if you're wanting to grow your business and make money doing content creation and really having a bigger impact in other people's lives, then you've got to really think about your priorities, and I always caveat this. There's no need to say oh, well, like, I'm not trying to pit content creation against your kids. I'm really not. But what I am asking you to do is say, where are my priorities? What time am I spending where? And yes, your family time is absolutely valuable. Yes, your responsibilities to your day job, absolutely needed because that's paying your bills. And then outside of that, what else are you spending time doing? What are you doing on the toilet? I mean, I'm just going to go there. Yes, I am. I am going to go there. What are you doing on the toilet? Because usually I'm watching TikTok videos and I could be outlining a script or making some video ideas or responding to comments or doing something, right? I know that was TMI, but it's the truth. And it's the truth for all of us, right? So what time are you spending? Where are you spending it? And how can you reprioritize that time to make it easier and better? I know, Marco, that was absolutely TMI. But you know, we're a community here. We're a community here, and we can just be honest with each other. Paul. So I think that that's a really important part of this process. And the people who understand where their priorities lie and they hold true to those priorities and don't see the light is changing. Have you noticed that? Anyway, we're getting more yellow now, but whatever. When you reprioritize or you pay attention to the time that you're spending, and then you go to your family and you say, hey, like I need 30 minutes at the end of the day after we have dinner or whatever, find the right spot in your routine. I need an hour, I need 30 minutes to be able to concentrate on this thing. And so I'm going to go lock myself into this one room and I'm going to concentrate. If we can all kind of get behind that, because here is why this matters. I'm going to be able to fast track the process of being able to make money from content, which will then allow me to quit my day job, which will allow me more flexibility to take better care of the kids, to financially support the family, like whatever that looks like for you, tap into that reason why it matters as well, right? Okay. Right. That's what I want to know. How many of you are on the toilet right now? Anybody who's new right now is like, what did I just walk into? Yeah, everybody denies it, but everybody does it. That's why I'm just like, you know what? We're just gonna go there. You could record on the toilet because acoustics. I have recorded on the toilet actually. It made its way into a YouTube video. That was the most uncomfortable shoot I've ever done, to be honest. Okay, I'm going back up. That was in response to this question of the day, what's your biggest struggle with content creation? And I just want to keep going through some of these and find out what else you guys are struggling with. My biggest struggle is just life with two teens and making time. So hopefully what I just said is helpful to you. Minimalist, let me know. Is it helpful? Let's see. To fix consistency, you switched your focus to doing videos about what I am more passionate about. I love that. Bringing in that passion makes it way easier to actually create as well. OMG, Miss Jill. Jill, I can't wait to see you next week at Ecam Camp. I can't wait to see everybody at Ecam Camp. I am one of the camp counselors. And y'all, if you're in my cabin, if I am your counselor, little like side note, we've got some competitions to win. We are going to bring your A game. If you are in my cabin, you better be bringing your A game because we are going to crush. And Callie, I'm not supposed to say that. I don't think I'm supposed to say that. Have they announced who's in what cabins yet? Because I think they might have. But I'm just going to say there might be a little competition between myself and Callie going on as well, just for what it's worth. Okay. All right. Time. This is when y'all are answering this question of the day. Time is like by far the biggest issue. So hopefully what I just talked about and, that whole toilet reference, hopefully that helped you guys. By the way, as you see, like all of these, they are brand new in the store as of a couple weeks ago. And you can absolutely get, I'm just kind of scrolling through comments because I'm way behind. You can absolutely get these graphics that are customizable for Ecam. You can get these graphics for Halloween. It's not too early in October for sure to just have fun. Little ghost. George is going to be there. Nice. Cannot wait. Yes, Tatiana is going to be there. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, you better believe it. Counselor Luria is in it to win it for sure. Okay, let's get back to the questions because y'all, hey, Sanjeev, it's so great to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. All right. Oh, ads. Y'all. I gotta admit to something. I totally spaced on that. Okay, so I was setting up the ads. I was setting up the stream yesterday, and I apologize for the ad play. I meant to, so I had a question about the ads because I have the new ad placement controls. And so I had taken a screenshot, sent that off to my friends at YouTube, and I was asking some clarification questions about it. And then I totally meant to undo that setting before I went live today so that y'all didn't get thrown ads at. And I really am sorry because y'all just got one. I was trying to figure out a clarification on something. So if you're in premium, you're not getting ads. But if you're not, then you are. Oh, no. Yeah. LSP's cabin is winning, not yours, Callie. Okay, let's get back to these questions. If you have a question about anything tech related, if you want me to pull something out of my travel bag that's just sitting right beside me, I will. If you have questions about growing your audience, whatever. Oh, okay, hold on. So this is what I was waiting on. So confirming. So I was asking, hold on before I throw that. So I had asked Renee, the creator liaison, when I say, because there's like a button now that says you can allow YouTube to to automatically choose when to throw ads. Now, if you want to turn ads on live at all, but you can have them automatically do that. And the new settings read conservative. So it's really not a lot. It's not going to, distract as much from the stream. The middle ground, I can't remember what that was called off the top of my head. And then there was like aggressive, moderate and aggressive. So, conservative, moderate and aggressive. And that is like how much they'll throw ads out there on your stream. And so I had set it up that way, taken a screenshot and sent this question to him asking if I choose, like, let's say conservative or moderate, and then I insert manually an ad because I want the ad to be placed in that moment versus randomly, then will that remove one of the other ad slots from that, right? Because I'm thinking in my head, like, if it's conservative or moderate, then if I push a control or an ad out manually, it should still take that concept of conservative or moderate, because then we could cross the line. If I do too many manual inserts, we could cross the line into aggressive, right? Unintentionally. And so I was just asking for clarification. Is it going to remove one of the automatic inserts if I push out a manual insert while that setting is on? And here is the confirmation answer. The insert ads icon to add manual mid-rolls is always available during a live stream, even if a creator has selected the automatic choice. Right, it's always available. And so I believe what he's saying is that, it will not, it's just an addition to. So if you're doing ads, and I will turn that setting off next week. Sorry. That was my bad. But yeah, it's just interesting, all of the ad placement stuff that they're doing to try and help creators make money. And yes, let's just call it what it is, help them make more money as well. But by anyone making more money, everybody is making more money. So there you go. Okay. I am glad that you're liking the broadcast because it's not great lighting, but it will do. All right. Next question. Paul Dixon. What kind of Mac are you streaming from? Oh, so I am just using my MacBook Pro. What am I on? M2 still? I think I'm, M1. Sorry. I'm on an M1 Max. MacBook Pro, 16-inch M1 Max. I've got like the Mac Studio. I've got a Mac Mini M1. I think I have an M2 somewhere in there. So that's the answer to that. If you have a question, keep those questions coming by putting a Q in front of the question. Super chats do take priority. Home rapid repair. First time live stream is scheduled. Any advice? Ooh, love it. Are you still here? Have you already scheduled it? So advice in terms of scheduling a live stream, a few things. One, so I'm gonna tackle three things. One, definitely schedule it in advance. So the more data I'm seeing around scheduled live streams and the more I'm doing different things, the more, oh, hi, I'm glad you're still here. The more I think that, 24 hours in advance is at least 24 to 48 hours in advance of the actual stream. You should be going ahead and scheduling that out. And that will allow you to then, number two, promote that with any other social platform that you have going on. When you're promoting scheduled streams, anything for this instance, but we'll just target this. When you're promoting it, make sure you, one, give them a reason to want to show up. This is the next day. They're not necessarily thinking about their next day when you're promoting it. So you need to give them a clear reason why they need to show up. What's in it for them? What will they miss out on if they don't show up, right? And then secondly, on that promotion, I want you to actually give a call to action to hit the remind me button, right? Like, have them not just see that you're going live, have them take an action of, on YouTube, it's remind me button. And so that's the second thing. And then the number three thing, I forgot already. Hold on. It was schedule it in advance, promote it. Oh. Think about your title and thumb. Live videos, and I know that this title isn't anything of note to this point, but when you're doing a live stream, especially if it's like specifically around something, the biggest mistake that I see people making is not putting effort into the packaging of this stream with a title and a thumbnail. If I weren't just doing live Q&A, I would have thought through the advanced title, thought through the title in advance, thought through the thumbnail, created unique ones, right? That's a really, really important part of live and actually getting benefit of it. The biggest mistake I see people make is literally the same title for saying this, and I'm realizing I do this. When I'm coaching our students, I'm like, why are you doing the same title every month, every week? Why is it the same thumbnail? And then if you look at my live page or tab, you'll see I do the same thing. So hey, do as I say, not as I do. And how about I commit to doing this with you? I know. And I've even said that to Melanie, I think, right? In the past. So, you want to make sure that your packaging is intriguing to people. All right. So those are the three things that I would say advice for scheduled live streams. Oh, Sammy, are you much better at it than I am? Okay. I'm betting you are. I love it. All right. Next question. It comes from Yes, It's Me Tools. Would you recommend to stream live in 4K? I have a whole video about this, I believe, on this channel. And it depends. So there are a couple of things that you need to consider when it comes to when it comes to streaming in 4K. One, you cannot get the lowest latency, and I have a video on latency if you need to understand that more. You can't get the lowest latency, the time between when you say something to the time the audience hears that. If you want engage, like if you're in 4K, you're gonna get lower latency. Thank you, Mari's music. Let me finish this, and then I'm prioritizing your question with a super chat right after this. So let me finish out this answer real quick. So if engagement is really important in a stream, like conversation, then you want to consider not streaming in 4K at the end of the day. If you're repurposing your content, if you are doing like demos and text on screen, and that really matters for people to be able to see that, 4K can be beneficial. So it depends is the answer, because streaming is nuanced at the end of the day in terms of what advice matters for you. And so think about your end goal, think about whether engagement or repurposing or quality is most important. Hopefully that answers that question. We do have a couple of videos on that. Mari's Music came in with a super chat question. Thank you. I live stream every Wednesday. Viewer count and chat activity is steady, but not growing after 2 years. Any general advice? I'm using TubeBuddy and have good thumbs. Fantastic. Thanks for throwing that in there. So plateauing is a normal part of the process. And so nobody's growth just looks like this for 10 years. Like if I hear about that, then I will eat my words, but I've never seen anybody's growth go that way for a long period of time. So plateauing is a normal part of the process. You increase and then you kind of like even out, right? And then you increase and then you even out. Every time you see that plateau happening and like nothing's really kind of happening in terms of growth, then that is the time to do a couple of things. One, you can, first of all, promote better. That's one. And look at how you're actively promoting to your email list, to your social networks, things like that, and maybe tweak it a little bit. And this stuff, what it takes to get out of a plateau is usually not anything drastic. It's more about tweaking and small changes or adjustments. So the thing that you want to think about is like, what am I doing and how can I improve that, right? So promote better. And then also, secondly, you can look at, what it is that you're doing that maybe is not attracting a new audience. And so what you can do is you can look at your analytics on YouTube. And if you're asking questions here, I'm kind of assuming that you're on YouTube, but if you're not on YouTube, please specify the platform that you're on so I can tailor the answer to that. But I'm just going to kind of default to YouTube advice here. But when you go into your analytics in the audience tab, there's a section that says videos that are growing your audience. And there you can actually see what streams or what videos are actually bringing in new audience members or creating people or making people want to come back to your content. And so that is something that's a really valuable piece of analytic to look at. And by the way, if you're an accelerator program, we have a whole analytics training session on Tuesday. So don't skip that if you're that coaching session, because that'll be super helpful for you guys. But anyway, so those are a couple of things. Like, what are you doing that isn't causing that growth? Getting clear on that. And then making sure that you're not only streaming, there are certain channels that can get by with only streaming, especially if they're gaming channels. But a lot of times, the majority of times on YouTube, you're going to find more benefit in a multi format strategy versus only streaming. So I want you to consider, are you doing videos? Are you doing shorts to drive new viewers who then want to connect with you on a deeper level? Hopefully that helps, Mari. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions on that. Okay, next question. We have a lot of questions and I'm like, wow, I am just, okay, hold on. Okay, the honest accomplice. A lot of people getting into the tech and streaming software are professional speakers like me and not podcasters. Strategically, what differences do you see on needs between the two groups? So speakers, so like it depends on what your end goal is, right? When you put your question like that, Curia, hi, I don't know that I said your name right, but welcome. So when you are a professional speaker and you're trying to grow your speaking business, like if you're creating content in order to get more speaking gigs, whether that's virtual or in person, then you really are aiming to create a name for yourself. And by the way, if you are speakers, I have some really fun stuff in the works. It's going to be a while before it gets to you, but I am working on some really fun stuff with targeted specifically for you speakers. But anyway, that's besides the point. That's just a tease. So look forward to that. But, you're really trying to build up your reputation so that brands and companies and events want to hire you. And then and so your content is going to look a little differently than a podcaster. But then the podcasting, I mean, it's a very nuanced answer, right? On the podcasting side, some people are speakers. Some people are just wanting to create a community. Some people are authors wanting to build their brand. Some people are are trying to like create inspiration. Some people, like, there's just so many different topics within podcasting versus speakers, right? And end goals. And so I would say that the differences really rely on what is the end goal for that individual and why are they creating that content? Does that answer your question? I mean, I know that was kind of like a nuanced, right? I will always nail in the tease. Okay. Let's see. Next up, Brian. I never know what is the best way to record. What type of equipment works best with recording podcasts? So, Brian, I have a video that kind of, in terms of the audio, I have a video that answers like the types of mics that you want to do specifically around podcasting. So go find that video on this channel. Just search microphones or audio and you should find that pretty easily. But in terms of, audio, you want something like if you're going to do a podcast, and again, this goes down to, are we talking audio podcasts? Are we talking video that starts out as video and then it's repurposed to audio? If it's just audio, then you abso-freaking-lutely want, a broadcast mic and you want it up at your face. You want it, 6 inches, no more than 6 inches away from your mouth. And so that will give you the best sound for a podcast quality. If you're doing video and you don't want that mic in your shot, then you would still kind of go for that level of mic, but you could, you need to think about the mic choice a little bit more because then it would actually kind of be further away from you. And so you really want to, think about like, is it video and audio or is it just audio? And then in terms of, camera equipment, if it is video and recording software, at that stage, everything I teach for streaming is absolutely the same for recording at that stage, right? So like the mic may change depending on your use case. But if I want all of you, even if you're not streaming, I want you to set up for video recording because for streaming, and that will actually work for your video recording. But if you set up for recording first, it may not stream if and when you're ready for it. So camera choices are one of the biggest, pieces of that puzzle. And not every camera is good for streaming, but every camera that streams is good for recording. Does that make sense? So hopefully that helps you. Brian, let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Let's see. Thomas, is it possible to arrange a playlist of songs in a scene? Absolutely. Always only one song at the top left. I need this for a 15 or 30-minute break, and that's a lot of songs. Absolutely, Thomas. Are you using Ecam? Because you're using the word scenes, I'm going to assume that you can. If you are using Ecam. If not, this still applies. It's just going to be adjusted to the right software. So I'm actually going to go in demo mode real quick. And so everybody look for that coming up. We're going in demo mode. All right. Turn on live demo mode because I haven't done that on here. All right. So right here in the sound effects panel, this is where you are going. Okay, let's see. Let's say I had a folder. So what you want to do is you actually want to set up a folder, drop all of your music, let's say these are actual songs, into that folder. And then when you're in the scene that you want to have that attached to, then you're actually clicking the gear beside the folder, not the individual song. And so then you just click the folder, add to scene, and voila, it'll play that whole playlist, the folder, and it'll just go one song after another after another. So that is how you do that. Hopefully that helps. All right. Oh my gosh, it's getting so yellow now with the light coming in. Hold on, guys. Just hold on. I have to change this. This is getting too bad. I'm coming back. I promise. Let's see. Just changing the ISO a little bit. Live edits. I think this is not going to work. I don't think this is going to work. This is better. It's better. Okay, let's go with that. Oh, man. Wait, what both sets? What are we talking about both sets? What are we talking about? What did I miss? Skid Viz in the house. Skid goes way back. What is the half-life of a radioactive isotope, or how do you feel about AI generated titles and or descriptions? I was trying to think of, as I was reading the rest of that question, I was trying to think of like a funny answer to the radioactive isotope question, but I'm failing miserably. So if anybody has a good rebuttal to this, and now the sun, this is why you do not rely on window lighting, guys. This is why you control your lighting, because you see it changing as the sun comes in and out of clouds. Y'all, I just can't take it. I just can't take it. Okay. So I'm going to answer this. So the AI generated titles and or descriptions. Skid, I'm actually super pumped about the stuff that YouTube is working on. Go ahead and hold on. I'll come back to your super chat. Thank you, whoever did that. Okay, so let me answer this super chat question and then I'll get to the next one. And if you have other questions, keep dropping them. We've got 10 minutes. We're going to go rapid fire here. So I actually did a whole video. I don't know if you saw it on YouTube's new AI topic generator that's coming up in 2024. Super, super excited about that. I think that's going to do wonders for content creators. Now, I also just did an interview. I'm appearing at 2 AI summits coming up. And so I'll send out links to these via email and social. But I'm having in-depth discussions about AI at these summits and these on virtual events. And so you guys might want to just heads up. I haven't sent the links out to those yet, but those are coming up, one this month and one I think in November. But I'm digging deep into that conversation just for what it's worth coming up. But right now, I actually think if you are using it as a tool to support the creation and make your job easier and better, then absolutely I'm all for AI titles and descriptions. If you're just copy pasting and hoping it knows best, nah, that's never gonna, copy paste is never gonna do you as good as you think. So, hold on. Hank, nice. Oh yeah, Hank, I was saying this earlier. If you're in my cabin, I'm actually, if you're in my cabin, I'm not going to give away my secrets. I was about to say something that I'm working on, but I'm not going to give away my secrets because Callie is going to be competing with us. And I'm not okay with that. So we've got some work to do and we are going to win some competition. So Hank, are you in it to win it? Let me know. I am a little competitive, just so you guys know. Usually I compete with myself, but when I'm given the opportunity to compete in a friendly and fun manner, I am down for it. So we are going to have a job to do. All right. Where was the second? Where is the second super chat? Hold on. Yes, well, so that actually is it's not total issue solved. Look at this. It's not total issue solved, right? It's not, because I did have that on and it was still like really throwing, some not happiness because where was the second super chat? There it is. Sammy, can you please switch the white balance 47? All right, guys. I did earlier. I had auto on. Hold on. Nag. Bag. Go away. I'm stuck in a loop. Hold on, guys. That's funny. This is killing me. Where are you? There you are. Hold on, I'm coming back. All right, let's see how this does. And that looks better. So, when I was setting up, this was 2-3 hours ago, and it wasn't really performing. It wasn't giving me the same results that I wanted. And so I chose to go back to manual loop streaming pros. Okay. I mean, this is a little better. This is better, but it's going to change still. It really is. Anyway, what's the next question? Is it possible? Oh, I answered that. Is it possible to stop the song when it's over? Could you also select the next scene when it ends? You would want to set up a timer to go to the next scene. Thank you. It's killing me. It's been killing me too, Sammy. It's been killing me too. But I promise you, I had tried it and it wasn't performing the same way earlier when I was setting up. It was consistently like throwing everything off. But hey, it's looking better now. The light was much, much different when I was setting up, but whatever. This is why I'm saying just get the job done, even if things aren't working the way you want it to. Let's see. What was I saying? Yes. So you would set a timer, move on to the next scene. You can always manually stop songs with a Stream Deck as well. I know I did not bring a light because this particular room where I am, this is only going to be one video. And then, as I'm changing locations and doing things, I know that I'm going to have better light. And so I was willing to sacrifice today, to not have to bring a light and add to my gear, because that just wasn't, yeah. Okay. Next question. Okay. I'm going to try and answer. Oh my gosh. I'm going to try and answer these really super fast. Dean, I understand Dean, I understand wanting to promote the scheduled live stream earlier, but why does it matter to do the actual scheduling a day or more early? Oh, great question. Because you get a link. You get a link that then they can click remind me, and YouTube will actually intentionally send a reminder out to them. And so they're more likely to get the notification when you actually go live. So that's why. Let's see. Okay. Answered that. Do you like this type of set? Luria's in studio set or more? Studio for sure, 60%. This one, 40%. That was a poll that Callie ran. Nice. This is actually looking really nice now. Why wasn't it helping earlier? Berg. Can we redo this whole video? What is your setup when you travel and want to stream? What is the minimum needed? Patrick, I'm actually going to be doing some videos about that. Like I said, like this is a temporary one. I've got a few temporary sets coming up. But the minimum needed would be, very minimum needed would be your laptop camera. If you're using a newer Mac, honestly, it's good enough, right? But if you want to bring a webcam or a proper camera, then what I have going on right now is the Sony ZV-E10 HDMI going into a cam link into my computer. The Elgato Wave 3, which is just a low profile mic, a USB mic, not the greatest sound in the world, but it gets the job done. I do have a Stream Deck, but I have my Stream Deck right here that I'm using, but you don't have to have that, obviously, right? So that's like minimum viable is like literally onboard camera and mic if it's good enough, which the latest Macs are. Or you can, do something like a USB mic and a webcam. So I will be doing some videos as I'm traveling around mobile setups as well. So just pay attention for that stuff coming as well. All the streams I schedule, even a day early, always have more live viewers. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like I'm finding that to be the case, is that like if you schedule in advance, it's better for your viewership. Do skin tones impact the type of lighting to use? I mean, it can, but really like, and I'm not a lighting expert, guys, but in terms of like skin tones, we, like the thing that is affecting that kind of more is like something like kind of the stuff that you put around as well. But yes, like lighting, you definitely change based on skin tone a little bit, but I'm sure there's a more technical answer to that. And I think it has to do with the color wheel, but I'll find out for you. All right. Let's see. Anything else? Did I just get through all of the questions? That's very impressive. Very impressive. So Zara, MacBook Airs are not ideal because they don't have fans. I did a whole video about that. Maybe you saw that. Even if you're not appearing on screen, even if you're not like, showing you're still streaming, that is still an activity that the computer is doing. All right. Yes, absolutely. Audience growth is possible with just straight up podcasting. And in fact, the more, it's funny because I've been having this conversation with people because podcast. So I'm in the Podcast Hall of Fame for those of you who don't know, because podcasting when I started 17 years ago was audio and video. You could either do an audio podcast or a video podcast. And this was back in 2005. And then it kind of switched to really audio only. And now we're kind of pendulum swinging back into video and audio as a definition of what podcasting is. And so now, YouTube is, as a platform, is doing video video podcasting. And there are definitely people, like YouTube is still figuring out what they're doing with podcasting, in my opinion, but there are definitely people and growth happening with video podcasting on a platform like that, right? Nice. I love it. What's your topic? If I'm in the Hall of Shame. No, you're not. No, you're not. All right, you guys. I adore you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that we finally got the lighting to work. It was worse earlier, which is that's the frustrating thing about lighting. And this is why we control our lighting once again, right? But it's looking good now. So I will note the time of day so that if I have to record video, then we will be good to go. I don't have credits loaded in. I do apologize. I ran out of time to get credits for our YouTube members, but a special shout out and thank you to our YouTube members. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will be at Ecam. So what's coming up? Tuesday, if you're in Accelerator program, YouTube analytics breakdown of what you need to be paying attention to and how that affects your decisions around content. And then next Thursday and Friday, I'll be at Ecam Camp in Boston, and lots more. If you want to see some of my I'm not really talking much about the family stuff I'm doing out here on the East Coast this month, but it's because it's too personal. But I am sharing some fun photos with my niece and nephew and stuff. And so enjoy that out on social. If you're not following me on social, come hang out and have conversations in between shows. One last question. Can I start a song from mid 50 at the beginning? Too quiet. Not an Ecam. That's one of the things that I wish were a little bit more fine-tuned control. You can do something like that in vMix for sure, but you can't do that in Ecam yet. What I have resorted to in Ecam is to trim the song file to where I want it to start, and then just bring that trimmed file into Ecam. So as an option. All right, you guys, go get those Halloween graphics. Happy Halloween, everybody. I know it's early, but it's never too early to start enjoying engagement with your audience and throw in little fun things like our ghosts. So you can have those graphics are in the store. Go grab those and enjoy your Halloween month of fun and engagement on your streams and videos. Have a wonderful day. Great weekend. Do something fun. Take care of yourself this weekend, okay? Bye. And we don't have a song to take us out, whatever. Dance. Bye.